You ain't got no proof, nigga, that I went to the hospital and they all told me I had AIDS. I went to like 4 hospitals, and the hospitals was telling me that I had AIDS. AIDS. The minute they talk about your God, look at what you doing. Acting like a bitch, losing all your emotion. So another said the God is a bitch. Yes, I said the motherfucker's a bitch. You said that you talk so much about Kemet. I don't give a fuck about that because it's all man-made shit. You don't see me turned up and going crazy and putting your name. Oh, Judah said this. I don't give a fuck.
Shaka, I don't give a fuck what Ramesses said. I'm Sarnetta. Ramesses was just another man, bro. I don't worship them motherfuckers. I don't give a fuck what Ramesses said. I don't give a fuck what Akhenaten said.
As a people, I hate Africans because of what they did to my people.
There's nothing special about you because you following some spook-ass God, some God who we know is narcissistic, who's demonic, who's a goddamn liar, who's bipolar. The God of the Bible is a bipolar motherfucker.
How can I let Red Pill come? Red Pill just have a different ideology than me, but he's still a brother. That 14-year-old African is an African. He's not my brother. He's not my people, period.
You're wrong. You don't know. Everybody on my circuit, they against the Israelites. We hate the Israelites. We can't stand their doctrine.
I don't believe in old Egyptian gods. I don't believe in that stuff. I wasn't even taught that bullshit, right? I'm the one who bangs against the Kemetics. I bang against them and they can't get through me because the gods that they worship, right, were born from another group of thinking, right? So you can't come with me with no goddamn Heru or no other that bullshit. Show it to me in the primary, show it to me in writing, show it to me in the period. You're making the bullshit up.
Polite, if let's say Polite is innocent, he could be a partial victim. You know, maybe he broke up with the girl. Who knows, you know, what happened in that instance. But the only true victim is that girl. So I think that's what we need.
And I think that's being a hypocrite because you have a member of ISUPK who was locked up for child molestation, for rape, or whatever it is, and y'all still support him. Here it is, Polite have not been found guilty, and y'all wouldn't support him. See the double standard?
What
you have
double
a member
standard?
in ISUPK, which y'all support him financially. You put money on his books. But Polite have not been found guilty, and y'all already.
This how I know you taking a strong. This how I know
brother.
you take a strong position of Polite's innocence, regardless of waiting till the verdict come, because you keep bringing up the same exact thing, even though I've explained the position dozens of times. How many times do I have to explain the same exact position? So in that instance, the brother took a lie detector.
Even if you explain it, it still remains the same, though, Captain.
No,
you still support
what remains the same?
Guilty.
But what remains the same, though?
That he was found guilty.
Definitely was found guilty. But he also
Polite was not found guilty.
I'm not saying don't support him, though. Right.
Brother, you said if the brother come on my channel, you done.
Wait.
And you know you got me, man. You got me. I said, all right, brother.
That's right. Right. But what is that part? That part is talking about until the trial is over. I didn't say after the trial is over. If he's found innocent, don't deal with him. That's not what I said.
Right. Okay.
So again, the two don't match. What you're trying to match.
All right. Peace and Black Power family. Welcome to another Sarnetta TV House of Consciousness production. You already know what it is. This is your brother Sarnetta. I am your host, and I'm bringing in another heavy hitter. You brothers and sisters better be ready. when we build this wall, this Kemetic wall, oh my God, ain't nothing stopping. We bringing in another young brother. He's a scholar. You one leave, 5 more come in. Reggie leave, 5 more come in. You know what I'm saying? Garfield leaves and turn his back on Kemet, 10 more come in. We already got Chris Harris. We bringing in another brother who is awesome, who is powerful. I would say I don't know, between him and Jabari, I would say they probably right here until I see the brother's work and ethic. And if he can handle the ring, getting in, or the battlefield, or whatever, anybody that come at him, if he can deal with that pressure, I think he can, because he's Kemet. And so without any further ado, I bring to you my brother, Shaka, in the building. What's up, Shaka? He runs the channel of Ma'at Forever. So if y'all are aware of that, make sure you go and subscribe to Ma'at Forever channel. Go over there and show some love for our brother. Peace and black power to you. Hotep. Shaka, what's happening, man? Unmute yourself.
Hotep Sen-E Sanera,
Yeah.
thank you for the invitation. I just want to greet the people as I usually do. Hotep Senu, Hena Senut, Iti, Ren Shaka and Kemet. I hope you're doing well. Bonjour, Sak Passe, Mbote, all that good stuff.
Damn, don't
Habari
y'all hear
gani?
that? Don't that sound beautiful to your ears, man, right there? Just to hear him go in on that. I know he's dealing with knowledge, man.
Have you ever met the Father Benga?
No, I've seen him. I've seen him, but
You've seen him.
I'm not acquainted with
Well,
him.
you
Yes.
seen him on YouTube?
But but brother, you like to say I know him and him. In 30 years, you don't have a book, you don't have a
No.
website, you don't have a platform. You have to go on other people's platforms. So you can talk all you want that you were acquainted with
Well,
whoever.
you don't.
It
You
doesn't
have
hold any
anything.
bearing
I mean,
with your scholarship.
Listen. I think everybody knows my work. You're just being introduced. Okay?
What is your work? You've been carrying their suitcases. You went errand and bought them drinks and coffee and tea. Everybody can do that. That's why I nicknamed you Butler.
So Sanetta, so you allow this person to talk about, I carry Sanetta's bags and suitcases.
So you are Butler for Sanetta as well. It's good to know. I didn't know that.
Yeah. So
and Sanetta called you the B word. You did not object. You don't have any backbone.
Sanetta, you know.
I hope you're doing well. The title of this live stream is Everybody Hates Chris. If everything goes well, you should see the thumbnail as a thumbnail. The actor of the series, narrated by Chris Rock, talking about his upbringing. I don't know the name of the actor. He's grown now, doing his thing, getting his paper. Now, right now, it's 2 a.m. in New York. Some of you are going to wake up and be like, dang, what's going on in this community? Now, we have a dude who was live streaming, and he said out of his own mouth that he effed other mother and daughters. And he said other because it is known that that happened once.
when it happened once, a lot of people were not really satisfied. And now that he said that it happened more than at least one other time, which means that it happened at least 3 times, people are not so happy. Like people say in England, they're not happy bunnies right now. But we have a dude, Chris Snake, who was capping, justifying, making excuses, justifying Sanetta, making insinuation about my daughter. And I'd like to put the comments on the screen, but as you can see, it's on a mobile phone. But you can just go to the previous live stream and you will see what he wrote, Sanetta, on the chat of my live stream. Stayed with us for a good while, but he didn't have the courage to get on the panel. And in the process of capping for his crew, the rape OK, the HOKKK, the HOK spelled, the House of Clowns spelled with a K, the House of Criminals spelled with a K. Maybe we should say the House of Pseudos. Not everybody's pseudo over there, though. He was capping so hard for his crew, man, that he actually said in his own live stream, on his own channel, that the guy who is or was, but apparently is still in prison for child molestation is Tazayak's cousin. Now, I don't know how they're going to feel about that, man, because that's a bit too much information in such a short amount of time. Let me check if you can hear me well. Let me just check on the app. Yes, on my end, at least the sound works fine. I've shared the link if anybody wants to get on the panel. But once again, it's 2 a.m. in New York. Now, that being said, and by the way, the chat is supporters only. All right, so I did not put the link to join, but it should say join somewhere. Somewhere where you have the like button, it says join. It's $3 per month, which is $36 per year. Whoever's interested. Sometimes the chat, well, lately a lot of time the chat has been open to everybody, but sometimes the chat is for supporters only. But if anybody want to get on the panel, I'm going to be selective by now. You know, back then nearly everybody could get on the panel, but now I'm going to be a bit selective. Feel free. So, man, Scam Chat is going to wake up. And you know, the funny thing, if Scam Cheddar did not mention me in his live stream, I was only looking for screen captures, screen prints. And as I went on the channel to get some screen prints, I heard a dude talking about me. Talking about I said he had AIDS. He said 4 hospitals told him he has AIDS. He said it, not me. I only played the stuff. You know what I'm saying? So I decided to go live. You know, and I put, you know, AIDS claim, you know, and a few other things. And I'm told that Chris said that he rides with what Sanetta wrote about my daughter. And we can hear indeed, for those who don't know, you know, it's going to come up in your feed sometime. It doesn't come immediately. But if you go in videos on my channel, and you know it's my eye forever in YouTube, all in one word. Some of you will get that on social media, different platforms. Make sure you save it, because the dude said he was going to flag my channel when I was about to do a live stream about him. But in the end, I don't need to make a live stream, and I went even overboard, you know. I'm talking in terms of timing, you know. That's what I mean when I say I went overboard. Because first I scheduled it for, but never mind. It would have been midnight New York time. You understand what I'm saying? Because I thought I would finish earlier. And he came on the panel, no, that's completely taken out of context. I'm like, okay, well, let's be fair, let's find out. And I'm listening, man. And for the life of me, if somebody would have told me how much he was capping, I would not have believed it. I would not have believed it. No. But I heard it for myself. So he probably revealed some stuff that was said to him recently. Who knows, maybe he knew a long time ago. But that crew over there, Scam Chatter is going to wake up and find out that last month, Chris Snake called me. As I was live streaming, he was in a hurry. He couldn't wait. Right? And I've shown the evidence. Call me. Text message. I reply, I'm live streaming right now. I'll call you back later. Then he goes, no, call me. Seriously. So I'm like, all right. Dude never came on my panel ever since I had disagreements. It's kind of cheddar, but hey, he didn't say anything bad about me, not that I know of. Then he calls me and gives me tell me some grievances, you know. Somebody didn't do right by him. And at one point he tells me, well, if blah, 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 by blah, 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 whatever date, we're going to go in on him. So Scam Chat is going to wake up and lose his mind. You Snake called him just last month, ready to go in on me? Trackfield doesn't like Chris Snake, sorry. Trackfield going to say, me told you this guy. But they have a dilemma. They want to act like they are all unified. They're going to be like, man, we can't let Frenchie, you know, cause confusion with the crew. So they have a dilemma right now. What are we going to do with the homie? Are we going to let him in the crew? You know, I'm sorry. I switched pages. So I was saying, they have a dilemma because they need to act like they are united. You know what? Let me do something real quick. Hold on. There it is. That's better. Oh, you know what? I can actually move this thing. So if I move it, it's going to be better. I go like this. Oh, it's about the same. Oh, it doesn't make a difference. Okay, let me go back like this. So they do have a dilemma. They do. We need to look united. We need to act like we're not phased. But you know what's interesting? Several times over, Chris Snake said that I'm messing with Scam Chatter's money. I am messing with Scam Chatter's money. I am messing with his brand. I am messing with his business. How could it be that one person happens to mess with Scam Chatter's money? It means that it's not just me alone. It means that other people are tired of these scammers being promoted on that panel, and it's been going on for years. Just recently, I found out about something that is old indeed. It's an old footage, but it is telling. Scam Chatter from the House of Conscious Mess is seen on tape going over what he used to do when he was selling this material in the streets of New York. And he first shows a DVD or VHS, but a video that he's selling, of course, of Khalid Abdul Muhammad. Then he goes on to explain that the prices was too high, that those tapes used to go for $25, and he said, okay, well, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to sell it for $15, $10. The way he speaks, you would think that he's doing people a favor, that he is some sort of Robin Hood. I make it cheap for you. The dude was bootlegging. It is known, but we have evidence of the dude being extremely foul. Why? Because he says Ashukwesi doesn't like people selling his stuff. He used some wordings that I don't remember exact quotation. I'm paraphrasing. Selling his information, whatever. But he said, this is not your information. This is for everybody. So that was his logic back then. As if it doesn't belong to Ashukwesi. Then he shows a tape, either a DVD or a VHS, and it is bootleg, of course, because it's black and white, so it's photocopying, and then you have your here you go, you have your your cover, and he says, he shows it, he reads the title, it's about the origin, the African origin of Freemasonry. If I'm not mistaken, people can correct me if I'm wrong. And he says, Ashukwesi, stop calling me, asking me if I'm selling your tape. Hell no, I ain't selling your tape. I forgot if he said hell no. But he said, no, I'm not selling your tape. And he's holding the stuff in his hand, man. I mean, pathological liar, and he's been like that for years, man. That's how he got his come up. By stealing people's work. Birds of a feather flock together. We know that Trackfield is a scammer. And man, Scam Cheddar said, he's on tape saying that Lambo Poe scammed him, women, and children that he robbed from babies, man. But what is he gonna do, man? Maybe they want to look united. So they ain't gonna say anything publicly, and they're just gonna say, well, you know what? You can be a caller, but you ain't gonna be a guest, you ain't gonna debate no more. That's your punishment. For 6 months or 1 year or 2 years or 5 years, or never ever again. Or maybe they're gonna be like, man, these guys kind of talks a lot. Have you ever seen the TV series Gotti? There is the movie American Gangster with Denzel Washington, of course. Russell Crowe, blah, blah, blah. Well, the guy who plays the mafia dude, who promises protection, who offers him protection. That's the TV series where he plays Gotti. There's another one about Gotti, but more about Salvatore Gravano, Sammy the Bull. And it's a different actor that plays John Gotti in there. I'm talking about the one that is centered around Gotti. It's on YouTube. You type in Gotti, you will see. And that one, the actor that plays Sammy the Bull is the same actor that plays the guy in the movie American Me. The guy of European descent that's down with the SS, with the Latinos. He's the same guy who plays one of the scout guy, the boot camp chief or director in the movie First Time Felon with the rapper Tresh and the actor Omar Epps. See? So in that movie Gotti, There's a part where Paulie, the new Don, after the passing of the previous one, he's talking about the tapes. He's like, what about the John Gotti problem? The others go up, what John Gotti problem? He goes, what Gotti problem? What Gotti problem? Don't you guys read? And shows them the newspaper. That's when he came out of the swimming pool. And he says, who knows what that fat Angie said about me on those tapes? Because they knew there was some secret recording, some bugs. So a trial was supposed to come up. So he's considering having them whack. And he said, okay, if we have to whack them, then that family is down to do it. The consigliere goes, as a consigliere, I'm going to tell you, you know, we should not talk to other families about our problems. It weakens us. So Scam Cheddar must be like, man, who knows what Chris Neck told Shaka when he called him last month? But one thing they know for sure is that Chris Neck spilled the bean and revealed that he's the dude's cousin. Now, he's not responsible for the actions of his cousin. But if he is capping to the point of disrespecting and lying along with other people, I mean, that's a conspiracy, man. They don't have to go that far, man. They don't have to go that far, man. But it makes sense to me now. It makes sense to me now. I mean, I was learning all these things at a great speed. And they probably figured, man, these guys are going to find out a lot, man. Because they have a lot of disgruntled former associates. You understand what I'm saying? Calfiori, did you know about this? Senator Frank Gary. You know about this, didn't you? You know, there's a DVD, Thug Angel, centered about Tupac. Now, at one point, he talks about weed. No. And he says, ask your uncle. You smoked weed, didn't you? Frankie, you knew about this, didn't you? Reginald Mabry, you knew about this, didn't you? Huh? How come Chris Snake all the way in Florida knows about it, but you guys living next door to one another in the same city, more or less, in the same city and its area, in the metropolitan area, you're going to tell us you didn't know about this? So it's okay. Chris Snake was capping like crazy. Like he wanted to be part of the crew. He wanted to be part of the team, so it was capping crazy. But then we have a press conference in the street. It wasn't YouTube. It was in the street, in the streets of New York, regarding Africa Mambata molestation. Who was there? Tuzayak was there. Reggie was there. Senator was there. Oh, so many people were there, man. It was okay then to talk about child molestation because he wasn't the fam. I don't expect the dude to go against his family. But dang, all this little scheming to try to portray people as bad individuals to protect child molesters. Didn't I tell you, brothers and sisters, that Scam Cheddar had the nerve to tell me to stop gossiping, protecting the child molester? Didn't I tell you? And that was really like the last straw for me. Like, you know, the rest are like, okay, he's being fake. What's new? Many people are fake. But I didn't understand, though. I said in the video that I made right after that, I didn't understand his behavior. I was quite surprised. But I had to keep my composure. But then I was like, man, so that's why the dude said gossiping, and the same reproach, he brought it up to Tuzai, and I played it. He called, I've been playing it. He wasn't gossiping no more when he said it. And I remember Smash Rock. I don't even understand. I don't know what happened. I may have deleted the video, my mistake. I don't expect an answer from him. But I'm just saying, one time he was making a stream about the Riparianites, and he was just pretending like those guys are together, like planning how they're going to go about it, like a football team. Well, the House of Consciousness, they got together. What are you going to do about it? What are you going to do? Okay, we're going to do this. We're going to pretend like it's going to be a debate. We're going to do Wayne. We're going to make it goodbye. We're going to laugh. Ha, 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 ha. It's gossiping. Gossip channel. Was Chris gossiping? When he said that's his cousin? That he's sending money to his cousin? That he said that's his cousin, that's his family. Was he gossiping then? What was he doing? So now the House of Consciousness, they're going to be like, man, if this dude says those things publicly, who knows what he says privately? If he ends up mad at us, what could he say? Nah, man. We can't let him be part of the crew. So what will be funny is that the same crew, the same team that he wants to be so much a part of may end up sending him to the curb, putting him to the side, to the left, to the left, to the left. You know what I'm saying? So all this capping to the point of justifying Sanetta writing in the comment why you have your daughter on your lap and adding 1 minute later, you be feeling on her. I mean, that's capping to the max, man. I don't know if there's any other human being who would have capped to that level. All this for nothing. All this to be put to the side, put to the curb. But who knows? They may want to act like they are united. But people are going to be like, dang, so that's what's up. So it's all good when it's the fam. Huh? Let me play you something. I got some message.
Were you accused of molesting your wife's niece, who is your niece through marriage?
I have no recollection of that. You would have to inform me of what you're talking about. I have no recollection of that.
Okay, I will be able to one day. So I have my third question. Captain Cesario, do you have a homie that's in prison right now for child molestation that you support financially?
Yes.
But I thought you were against child molestation and those that are molesters to children.
I am against child molestation and those that molest children.
So why are you supporting this person, but you speak ill against others that have a love for people that have been just accused of child molestation?
Okay, I'll answer your question very easily. When I was at both cases of both trials, the evidence that they had, they gave the brother a lie detector test, which he passed. They tested the sister for the young girl, rather, whether her hymen was broke because he was accused of molesting her. Her hymen was not broke. A hymen, for those that don't know, a hymen is something that they use to test to see if the woman's or the child's virginity has been broken or anything like that. There was information that she said that she gave, which she then retracted. So the first case that they did was thrown out. The second case, they did not want to answer to. The jury was hung on it, and the judge did not want to release them until they came up with an answer, and then they came up with a guilty verdict. So from observing the case, if he was guilty of the crime, I would in no way support the brother. But from the evidence of the case, from the testimonies of him as well as the individuals involved, he was not guilty, even though he was found guilty.
Wow, so he was not guilty, even though he was found guilty, but you speak ill against someone else that is not guilty, but they say he was guilty. So I have a question. This brother that you support, does he have children?
Yes.
And if so, do you ever say to those children, you have a father that's a child molester?
No, I don't.
Well, why do you do that to others that have a love for Dr. Malachi Z. York ill and cause his children of him being a quote-unquote so-called and you speak ill for supporting them.
All right. I may have played twice. Maybe it was just now as I hit the stub. But anyway, so oh my goodness. So what are they gonna do now? They are more worried about their paper, man. I mean, Chris Neck is more worried about another man's money, not caring about children. Enki still ain't getting no smoke. Enki literally said that Sanada is a pedophile. He literally said it. I didn't say, oh, I played it. Yes. I'm not the only one. But people say he's cool with Enki. So I'm like, you mean to tell me that you're cool with Enki, who called you a pedophile several times, but you're going to be mad at me? No, something is wrong there. I think Enki has a lot of dirt on them, and they know it, and they cannot mess with the dude. My goodness. Now, the stuff that we heard, being romantically involved with a mother and then later on with the child. Is it something that other people do? Is this how they get down? Is it always later on that they get with the daughter? Do any of them ever happen to do it at the same time? I mean, there's some trials coming up, man. But all of this is weird at this point, man. Scam Cheddar, how am I messing with your money? You have 183,000 subscribers. How am I messing with your money? What's going on? What's happening? Keep it real, buddy. Keep it real. Are you surprised that some people will be tired of such messy ways all around you, things that you know about? Chris Neck was like, you're talking about stuff we all been knowing about. We all talked about it. Can somebody show me Chris Neck's talking about the stuff that I've been talking about? He had the nerve to say, show the paperwork. Everybody's seen the court summary. The Hebrew himself showed the court summary. The reference number for the case was given live on air. Did anybody hear Chris Neck talk about it? But yet, what they're worrying about is, you're messing with his money, you're messing with his business. Here's the business, it's a brand. So if people don't have a business, they should shut the F up. Only the people can only talk if they have a business. When Sanada made a whole live stream about JJ's domestic violence issue, did somebody say, oh, no, don't do that, that's messed up, that's gossiping, that's not the information? No. And who gave him the information? Kiddo B, the witch finder general, Mr. Receipts, told us that it was Chris Snake who gave the information to Sanada. Huh? So it was information then, but it's not information now. And they did it for money, according to Kiddo B, man. I ain't doing this for money. I don't have any money. You seen Schwarzenegger? One of his first, if not his first movie in America. Hercules in America. Oh, I don't remember the title. I don't have any money. So $400. $400 was either given or promised to Chris Snake, and he was supposed to give the information to Killer B, the witch finder general. And he double-crossed his homie in order to please Sa. And now that's Mr. Decorum who want to give more lessons to people. You've been a snake. You are a snake. And you will all most likely remain a snake for the rest of your life. If you have the least integrity, you will come clean and apologize. He will probably apologize to his crew over there. I'm sorry, I should not reveal that information, man. I messed up. Oh my goodness. I wouldn't have believed it would have been possible, man. Mr. Decorum. And when he goes, oh man, you know what I'm saying, the street, you know, we don't be talking about that, you know what I'm saying, the Christian, the Bloods, Crenshaw Mafia. When they are talking together, they must have some Zoom meetings, some StreamYard private meeting, some phone call private meetings. And then maybe like, that Frenchie, man, he finally was in America, and the things we do to him, we send some people to do. So I get the vibe now. Because he said so many talking points coming from Scam Cheddar. Even had the nerve to say, you weren't on the guy's panel, knowing all of these things. Stop lying, you liar. Are you also a pathological liar? I didn't know all these things. I didn't know all these things. At that point, the only thing I knew for sure is what Garfield Reed himself said publicly on his own channel in order to give the benefit of the doubt to Polite. In other words, in order to defend Polite. He brought up the Hebrew dude, the Nazi dude. Sanet is on tape saying that Nazi Yashuver is a pedophile, challenging Reggie about it, asking the butler, don't you have any regrets giving information to Nazi, going against Seti, going against Kemet? Reggie says no. He asks him again. Reggie says no. Reggie said no 3 times in a row. He has no regret giving information to a pedophile, according to Saneta's own words, in order to go against Kemet. Even after that same dude tried to extort Reggie, this is the house of conscious mess. This is a so-called elder. This is a so-called elder who's talking about character, giving information to an opposite camp. And even after we found out that the dude is, in the words of Saneta, a pedophile, and even try to extort, not only try to extort Reggie, but threw Reggie under the bus by revealing it was him who gave me the information. He has no regrets, man. My goodness. There's a trial coming up, and by summer, it's going to be a real hot summer, man. Some people are going to be singing, man. Some people will do the Macarena, man. And when they will sing, they will hit those high notes like Mariah Carey and Whitney Houston, man. Oh, my goodness. Sugar Hayes wrote, everyone must be sleeping. You're damn right, sister. It's going to be 3 a.m. in New York. But I'm not doing this to have callers. I know what time it is. I'm just commenting on the situation. I'm even surprised as I talk about it because I just found out recently. Were you there on the live, sister? On the live stream when I was replying to Chris Snake? And then they're going to say, oh, we all knew about it. So indeed, when I went as a guest for the first time, I only knew what Garfield said. He's the one who talked about the Hebrew being convicted. And he said, I think twice for sexual misconduct against minors or something like that. You know, I'm paraphrasing, but you know, I played it so many. Okay, let's hear it. Let's hear it. Let's hear it. Let's hear it. Wagwan, Garfield. Everything, Chris? Yeah, man. Everything all right. So, what happened? What happened, Garfield? And understand, I'm not making joke. Jamaican people when I do the accent. Okay, like I said it before. You know what I'm saying? I was in England. Jamaican people show me mad love. I was actually in a relationship with a Jamaican lady for a few years at that. And so please don't use these to say, oh man, he doesn't like Jamaican people. I hope nobody will go there. All right. I said that before, but I want to say it again because they're trying everything now. You understand what I'm saying? So what happened, Garfield? Oh man, I'm here to tell you something, man. You know this guy? Okay, I'll stop there. I'm not good with accents. Yo, check this out, man. I got some saga to tell you, man.
Since I've been a part of this conscious community, sexual misconduct has been condemned and vilified almost unanimously. We saw the rise and fall of Dr. York. We had Hebrew Israelite, the brother by the name of Mighty Hebrew. He was convicted, I think, twice for sexual behavior against minors. He was widely condemned by the Hebrew Israelite community, but apparently forgiven by the Israelites, because I see him all over the place right now on everybody's channel. Another brother by the name of Nazi Yashavel, another Israelite, also involved in sexual misconduct with a minor. We have no idea where this brother is, but he's been sheltered somewhere by an Israelite group.
So you heard it. You heard it. And I brought it up to Sa. He said, oh, no, I don't want to talk about that. Okay, all right, okay. Then he came on my panel. I brought it up. Yeah, he did this. Everybody know this. Everybody know this. So for the Chris neck dude to try to act like, oh, you knew they're knowing this, man, stop copying, man. I didn't have the cool summary. I surely didn't have the tape of Sa saying this.
How about the mighty fucking Hebrew? This nigga went to jail for rape, dog.
Oh, go ahead.
You know what I'm saying? Like, nigga,
And that nigga back in the community, like everything good, Hebrew's quiet. Let's not forget the Mighty Hebrew nigga, who you get constantly on your channel, who's on all the Hebrew's channel. Don't forget the Mighty Hebrew, the baldhead nigga, been already incarcerated in prison for molesting a young child. He came home and they violated him again because the nigga was trying to fuck with another child.
Oh, there's a guest here. What's up, you better? How you doing, my brother?
Hey, what's up, man? How you doing, bro? You good? You good?
Oh, I'm still mesmerized. Like, I'm in awe. I'm overwhelmed. I'm almost in a state of shock by what I'm learning every day.
Yeah, man. I'm ecstatic. I'm ecstatic, actually. You know, I'm not mesmerized because I meet stupid ass people that don't know how to mind their own goddamn business. You know, that happens in life, and you know, it just is a fact of life. You know, it's just a fact of life. You know, nothing new really, just more corny. What do you call it? Being impressionable young kids, you know, just capping for people they don't actually know themselves personally. They make a lot of assumptions before they make their move. And you know how that usually turns out.
Let me just ask. Oh, I think you don't hear me now.
Now I can hear you.
Can you hear me now? Oh, you can. Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Let me just ask. Yeah, let me just ask. Sister Sugar Hayes, have you heard the part? Have you heard the part where what's that? More private chat. Oh, hold on. But I cannot. Can I put it? Dang, there's a new T-shirt. I cannot share the screen, but I can put the link though. I can put the link. Hold on. Put the link.
Okay.
I gotta put the link. Oh, can you share the screen for us? Hold on. Let me put the link. I don't. Hold on. More. Post comment. There's a new T-shirt. What's that?
Yeah, I
Now,
don't. I mean,
can you share your screen? Is it possible for you to do that?
yo, I can share my screen. Hold on, too.
Yeah,
Let me
please,
see.
because I cannot share my screen on a mobile phone.
Okay,
But
let me
yeah,
see something.
Sugar, did you see the part where she's greeting you? Well, do you see the part where Chris Snake said that the guy who is in prison for child molestation is Tazariak's cousin? Did you see that part? Did you know he said that?
What's
Oh
up,
my
Sugar Hayes?
goodness.
But we got some relevant information here because like I said, sadly enough, people jump out the window for people they don't actually really know. And when Sonetta came on this on your platform, brother, you know, I mean, I have to admit, I wasn't totally ignorant of all his shenanigans, but I really, you really try to be careful and just see, take your time, taking an analysis. And I know there was one question I didn't ask him much. It was only really one question I asked him, and that was, does he trust the person to the left and to the right of him? And he said no. And but he don't really know why I asked that. So, and I don't think Chris Harris does either. But, that's life. That's
Let's
life.
say Chris Snake is better, I think, to use Chris Snake. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
Yeah.
they have nickname for me. They have nicknames for us actually. So we might as well, return the favor. You know what I'm saying? And
Chris
use the
Snake.
Chris Snake. Yes, we might as well use the affectionate
But
titles. So hold on.
apparently,
Sugar
yeah,
Hayes,
yeah.
you were showing stuff I've never heard before. I was like, whoa, yeah. But Sister Sugar Hayes, you probably heard them say, including Chris Snake, a couple of days ago, talking about, man, you talking about stuff we all knew about, we all talked about years ago, man. And you
Mhm.
can tell, all these talking points. And I regret that apparently I deleted the video by mistake because, man, we had some other cappers, so other capping people, but then you're going to bring it up and say, no, 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 I didn't say that. I'm like, okay, it's all right. We had an exclusive for today. But indeed, many people say they didn't know this stuff. Those guys, this little inner circle, they know, but the general public don't know. You know what I'm saying? but do you manage? Oh, I hear your laptop.
Oh, should I?
Yeah,
Oh,
I
should I
want
share it?
people to see because yeah. Oh yes, please, because I'm gonna arrive at work soon. I'm gonna
Okay,
see if
let
I'm
me
gonna
see
start,
here. Let me
immediately
see.
or not. If I don't start immediately, then I have a little time. You know what I'm saying? But I want people to see that shirt, man.
Can you see it?
You know. Oh, you shared your screen already?
Yeah,
Oh man, it doesn't show, man. Dang.
it
Oh
doesn't
my
show.
goodness. Now, no, it doesn't show. But if I put the mobile version, it's not gonna show either, I presume. Let me try. So, hold on. Yeah, I want people to see it. How do I do the mobile stuff? Okay, here,
But I admit, Chris come up with some
mobile
good
version.
ideas, though. He just doesn't necessarily know everything he's talking about, sadly. But you know, I mean, but it wouldn't be the. Time, bro. That's just But I would
Oh
say,
no, it doesn't show. Doesn't show, unfortunately, man. But
oh really?
we see. I may not start. I may not start immediately. Hold on. I may not start immediately. So if it's the case, then I'll be sharing
You know what? But you got it
I'll
in
be
the
sharing.
in
Yeah.
the chat. Folks can check it out. You can just put the link in the chat if you want. I mean, it's really Chris's idea. It's inspired by Chris Snake. Also I would call him jump out the window Chris. Not really knowing everything before he jump out the window, Chris. And unfortunately being the last nickname will be impressionable Chris. And these are all things young kids should avoid. But that's how I go. That's life, and we just gonna see. We just gonna see. Um, on a serious note, I would say, I heard Chris's comments, and they were kind of, it just reminded me of more projection. What I learned about Chris is that he's scared of these dudes. He doesn't really know them. He doesn't know anybody around them. Uh, he's unfamiliar, with things that he was discussing, but it's obvious he's scared of them, because he said something like, if we was in the US, we wouldn't be saying these things. And that tells me that he's scared of them, because that's why he won't say these things. Because these things that we're saying are things that Sa says himself. Um, these are things the people around Sa say themselves. Um, and if you don't really know a lot of people in NYC, if you don't know people, then you don't really know what people think about Sa in his own part of town. You see, so but that's just how it works. That's just how it works. So I understand Chris. He's got a reason to be scared, obviously. He's not from that environment, apparently, and he's impressionable. He would not discuss these things out of fear that they would do something to him. But I think Chris just got to understand that it really talk is cheap, and it really just comes down to what you're going to do. And that's just where the way men are. Men stand on the principles they stand on. If you can't do anything about the principles they stand on, then you pretty much have to eat it. Just like a lot of the people Sa has gone out, said things about, have had to eat also. There's a few people Sa definitely don't mess with in his own town that call him out all the time. They call him out all the time. And Sa is even scared of people in his own hometown. I mean, you've heard that. He said it himself. I mean, he went out on videotape tripping about Polite, thinking that Polite is going to threaten him. His own homeboy. He said it himself. He pulled out a little, his weapon to show people that, oh, I got a weapon and you come and do something to me, N-word, and that's how it's going to be. But yeah, that's his business. That's his business. But I got one question for Chris. What makes you think that there's not more people that have been affected by this man? And what makes you think none of them are people we know? What makes you think that? And also, you should think about that before you open your mouth about what somebody else embarks on. In other words, mind your own business, because we're not afraid like you. Mind your own business. It's nothing you can really do to change it. If you don't like it, so what? Get the hell out the kitchen, basically. Yeah, and on that note, let's see here. Let's see what let me see here. Yeah, what's up, Sugar Hayes? Oh my God, this is hilarious. You were showing the stuff I did. Oh yeah. She was showing the stuff. He was showing the stuff that people never seen, and it's going to continue. People just need to know these things. Chris Harris apparently knows a lot, though. He knows a lot of stuff. I've never seen him come out and talk about these things. He says everybody know this stuff, but you didn't know, Sugar Hayes, and a lot of folks didn't know. So, maybe Chris Snake is wrong about everybody knowing. I mean, maybe he is, but he clearly said he know all about it. But the thing is that he also doesn't. He also doesn't, sadly enough. He's on YouTube like everybody else. He's on YouTube like Sa Netter's on YouTube. He's on YouTube like the rest of these people are on YouTube. Hey, but what do you do about it? I mean, what do you do about it? I mean, Sa Neter can't do anything about anybody doing anything. He can't. And nobody's going to believe he can until he does something about it. But I don't think it's going to work out for him because, like I said, it only comes down to one question. Do you trust the person on your left and the person on your right? And he said no. And he's smart for saying that. The only thing is that that's all he's going to know for the moment. So, ha ha ha. What's Oh, you back, Shaka?
Yeah, thank you for holding me down. This is a connection messing up, man.
No
But
worries, bro.
you know, I'm gonna find out. I may not start immediately, so if it's not the case, then I can use my laptop. You know what I'm saying? I use the mobile phone's connection. So I'm gonna find out in a few minutes. But man, yeah, I want people to see that new shirt, man. But for real, man, you know, I mean, Chris was really Chris Nick, sorry. He was capping to the max, man. He was capping to the max, man. That stuff, man. I'm gonna see how they're gonna play it off, man. I'm gonna see if they're gonna tell him, man, you can't hang with us. You can't hang with us no more. You know what I'm saying? Or,
I mean,
or if they're gonna play it off. Yeah, go ahead.
I listened to that, you know, when you played it, I was listening, and I wasn't aware he even mentioned my name. I didn't hear it until you played it just then, right? But to me, it just tells me that he's scared of them dudes. He admitted everything himself. He is saying that we wouldn't say anything if we was in the US. So that my only question is, would you, Chris? And the answer is no, you wouldn't. I think that's projection. It's definitely projection. It's projection of how you feel. It's projection of your own situation, you know, but don't confuse yourself. You go get your receipts. Go do your research. You know, stop being a lazy bum and mind your own business. Basically,
Brother.
If you don't like what you're doing, if you don't like what somebody's saying, mind your own business. I thought you wasn't with the YouTube beef. You see, and here's the thing. He's with the YouTube beef, but this ain't about YouTube, brother. That's where you got it all mistaken. It's not.
It's about the children.
This guy's crazy, man.
But you know, you said, you know, get your receipts. Now he said that's the dude's cousin. He said that's the Zayek's cousin. Does he have any receipts? I mean, I take the dude's words when he said that there's a high CPK member that's been convicted, found guilty, that there was a guilty verdict of child molestation. I take his word for it. Why would he lie on his own crew with such something that's not a good look? You know what I'm saying? But then he goes, he has a nerve to tell me, show the paperwork, show the receipts. So does he have any paperwork or receipts? And indeed, he claims he doesn't do the. I'm sorry, there's a lot of no's, right, because of the win, right?
Nah, you good.
Okay, all right. He doesn't do the YouTube. I mean, Kirby told us that he was paid or promised $400 for the information about JJ's 7,000 beating on his girlfriend. And we've seen the pictures. And the funny thing, like I said many times, it's the first time I heard of JJ 7,000. And back then they used to say Jeremiah Judah. And I'm like, okay, this Hebrew Israelite has been hiding that he's with a Edomite, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And that's about it. But you know, somebody even said that they had Sanetta made 2 live streams about the situation, but he did make one at least because I seen it, you know what I'm saying? And Chris talked about it many times, and that's why JJ was mad at him. So then it was on YouTube. I mean, the guy did it for money. The guy did it for money. The topics that I'm touching on, I don't do that for money. You know what I'm saying? Nope. So it's quite ironic that Mr. Decorum would do the beef tube, the personal, intimate stuff for money. You know what I'm saying? And then he wants to give more lessons. You see, the sister wrote, you had some jaw-dropping receipts yesterday. And Saturday, you're going to have the brother Tar, or it's going to come with some more receipts. And people know that, you know, receipts are welcome. That's not gossiping. That's not slandering. You know what I'm saying? I ain't hacking into people's computers. I mean, the stuff that we show is public record, available for the public.
Check this
out. Go ahead, brother.
Chris does the YouTube beef, but it's how he chooses. He does it in the way that he chooses, particularly, you know. So he would put that information out there about JJ, right? But he would do it behind his back. He wouldn't speak up about it. You see what I'm saying? You know, and that's the difference. You know, that's really the difference. JJ, it's not us to put it out. We didn't put the information out. It's Chris. You see that. You see where it is. Another brother that you go up there on that panel with. You see? You see? So just think about that. You know what I'm saying? Just think about it. You can't blame other people for coming across those receipts once somebody bother to go put them out about you. You see what I'm saying? And that's exactly what happened. Now, there seems to be a pattern. There seems to be a pattern with people. And the pattern is they don't go after the people that do this to them. They go after the people that react to it. You see? And take concern about it and notice things. You see what I mean? That doesn't cut it. That means you don't have a handle on the situation. And that's not good. Everybody knows. Now, I don't know why the hell Chris Snake would jump out the window. I don't know if he's smoking weed and not paying attention to what the hell he's doing, but that's life. That's life. That's how it is. Nobody begged you to jump out the window. Well, we didn't beg you to jump out the window. We don't beg people to jump out the window. We just do what we do, and we stand where we stand, and we stand on what we do. You see? Do you stand on what you do? I don't think you do. That's obvious. Because if you stood on what you do, you wouldn't do it in the dark behind people's backs. You see? Nobody can point the finger at us and say that's what we do. You know, we don't. But I tell you one thing, you actually don't know who you're dealing with. You don't know those cats that you jumping out the window for. So that's on you. Luckily, you're really nobody. You're not even so far, you're not even really more of a problem, but just like a hanger on. You see? So that's just what it is. I mean, hang on, bro. Hang on. It's all good. It's all good. Let me see here. 2 seconds. I think Shaka's just going in the building. He'll be right out. Yeah. Just a sister of mine about to get on a plane trip headed to Somalia. Or actually, no, headed to Kenya, headed to Kenya to the area over there. But back to this. Uh, you know, it is what it is, and it doesn't do much, but Shaka, you give brothers a lot of rope. You give them a lot of rope, and it basically works, bro. And my suggestion is keep doing what you're doing. Keep doing it the way you're doing. Uh, it seems to be bothering somebody, and I guess we'll find out a little bit more about that, how that comes to be. Uh, but it doesn't bother me. Um, it doesn't bother me in the slightest. I mean, I don't like this kind of behavior. I think when you hold up the red, black, and green, that there's some principles that you need to bring with them, and I don't think scamming the community is one of those principles. I think when you have personal issues like certain individuals have, they need to be on the back of the bus. And you still on the bus when you're in the back, though. That's not bad. But being on the front only harms people. Now, one of the things that I found, that's just disgusting is how you going to hold up a DVD with Ashraf Kwesi's own image on it, talk to him on the phone, and tell this elder that you not selling nothing of his. Paraphrasing. How you going to do that? I mean, you think people just forget that? You think people just forget that? How is it that you're going to be involved in scamming and being around people that scam, and you invite them back on your platform, and you don't think anybody connected with those people that get scammed care? You don't think they have a right to do anything or say anything? You don't think people have a right to be fed up with your ass? I don't know what world you live in. Maybe that works on with some people, but it doesn't work with everybody, as you can see. It doesn't work that way. And it would behoove you to learn that lesson, because it's not going well for you. I don't think you're going to learn the lesson. People haven't made you learn the lesson thoroughly, but people get better at it by watching. So, you make your own, you draw your own path, So don't be mad at anybody else. Be mad at yourself. That's where you need to direct your anger and frustration. You need to direct it at yourself. Let me see here. Where's Shaka at, man? Daggone, I get to take over Shaka's show, man. That's nice. So, any questions? I'm looking at the chat. Fire it up, Sugar Hayes. What you got? You got any questions, sister? Yes. Let me see here. It might take a second for the questions to come in, but I am looking at them. So feel free. Oh yeah, and if anybody want to jump up on the panel, feel free. I think Shaka put the link up in there. Let me take a look. Yeah, he did. He put the link up in there, so it's there. Anybody can jump on if they want. They got any questions? They want to express their rage, disappointment, whatever they want to express. Go for it. Or happiness. You could also express glee. You could express joy. You could express hope. You could express, anything you want, so long as you express it in a respectful manner. Oh, okay, there you go, Shaka.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I won't be able to use my laptop now, but next time I show the shirt. But it's a nice shirt. You know what I'm saying? That's. Let me see the comments. Hold on. Sugar has what Shaka is lighting a fire under their behinds. I think everyone is sleeping. Yeah. Well, thank you, Ruben. Thank you for holding me down. And we keep doing our thing. You know what I'm saying? We keep doing our thing. But apparently, I'm messing with his money. You hear me, brother?
Yeah, that's a boo.
That's the main thing, Yeah, I'm messing with his money. When his money, he has a business. He's a businessman.
Everybody, let's get some cash apps together for Sonetta, because my eye forever is messing up his money, man. That's urgent. It's urgent.
Oh my goodness, that's incredible.
I mean, please stop talking about this, please, and please send some cash apps.
Oh man, But anyway, brother, thanks a lot. Thanks a lot, Sister Sugar Hayes, and we do our thing. But please save the video that I've shared in my community timeline and the live stream as well. Chris Nick said he was prepared to flag my video. So who knows? They may start going on a flagging campaign. Who knows what they will do now? They may try the copyright claims. You know what I'm saying? They may try everything. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, stay safe, stay healthy. If I'm allowed to, by the next channel, I will definitely holler back at you. I don't argue. I stay fast. If you're not part of the solution, you're part of the problem. Do I to do? I'm Hotep.
Hotep.